Hello my friend, how are you today? My name is Dan McDonald and we're going to discuss how to start a raw food diet. I've been getting a lot of emails lately in regards to this particular subject, so I wanted to go over some of the basics, and my intention here today is to inspire you and also educate you so that you can begin to make some choices to begin to incorporate larger amounts of fresh fruits and vegetables into your diet. We're going to make a juice today, and I wanted to let you know that about 15 years ago I got a champion juicer, and thank God for that day because it led me to this very day where I've been able to help a lot of people as well as help myself to high levels of health and wellness and a very, very great life, which I'm hoping to be able to share with as many people as possible. I got the Champion Juicer and I began to make this particular recipe right here every single day. I didn't know anything else, and I understand why it can be difficult sometimes to get started. From where I sit, it's quite simple, but I want to give some information today that you can use. So my advice to everyone to make this simple and easy and to get you started on the road is to get yourself some carrots, get yourself some apples, and get yourself some ginger. And this juice combination right here is probably the easiest, most inexpensive, delicious, most drinkable, most accessible. I think just about everyone can get apples, I think everyone can get carrots, and I think everyone can get ginger. And this juice alone, you can begin the process of the transformation, of cleaning out the debris that has accumulated in your body for the duration of your lifetime. Because as you evolve in the diet and you see what really belongs in the human dietary and what does not by your own experience. Yes, anything, you can stuff anything into your mouth, just about. You can stuff anything down into your mouth and most of it comes out. Some of it doesn't though, and it gets trapped inside your body as metabolic waste because it's too mucus forming, too acid forming, which leads to cellular damage and constipation, okay? Lymphatic constipation. What we're trying to do with the raw food diet is to eat foods that pass through the GI tract easily and also feed the trillions of cells in your body. The sugars in apples are fantastic. Okay, yes, fiber is important. When we juice, what we're trying to do is a therapy to get you and the trillions of cells in your body beginning on a path of awakening. Because many of the cells, glands, organs, and tissues fall asleep. Adrenal weakness is an epidemic from too much stress, clogged up kidneys, and overworked adrenals. Not enough rest, not enough sleep, high stress lifestyle, high stress coffee, sugar, donuts, tea, meat, recreational drugs, pharmaceutical drugs, etc., etc., etc. I like to teach people to use food as medicine, to strengthen and energize the cells in your body. So for those of you who have written me in the last few weeks, because there have been many, how do I get started? This is it. My prescription advice and the answer to this question for you is, for every one apple, take 2 carrots. Put it through your juicer. This is a lot of ginger. Most people probably only need about half that much, okay? For the average starter. I'm very big on ginger. Ginger is a heal-all tonic herb for your whole entire body, okay? Ginger does everything. So start out small with the ginger if you need to and work your way up. Apples. If you have a financial issue, feel free, because apples are more expensive than the carrots. You could do more carrots and just 1 apple to sweeten. This is a nice balance, more for kids, beginners, and a better overall flavor. But I love carrot juice plain and I love apple juice plain, and any combination of those together is epic anyways. So the carrots obviously are more inexpensive. You can get a whole 25-pound bag of carrots for usually for $12 or $15. I like to choose organic produce when I can, but if you can't, rinse up your vegetables really well. For a better tasting juice, you can feel free to peel. These carrots are actually quite clean on the outside, so I didn't feel that it was necessary to peel them today. But I will clean up the ends here, and we'll get started on a juice. But that was the answer to the question. How do I get started on a raw food diet? You get a juicer, and you start making this every day. Okay? This is a Breville Juice Fountain Plus. It is a $100 juicer, and it is fantastic. Very powerful juicer and economical, $99, easy to use. Okay, this is a Breville Juice Fountain Plus. This is an Omega juicer. This is a single Algar juicer, okay? It has a better extraction for herbs, but for the beginners, you don't need to worry so much about the herbs because most people have a hard time getting those down at first. So we're going for the sweeter, easier to drink. Get on the daily juicing habit. I swear to you, this juice alone can literally begin the process of you transforming your whole entire life. Okay? I'll tell you one story. Many of you have heard it before, but it was one of the most profound experiences that I've had in the raw food sharing with people. There was an 80-year-old lady, and she was my friend's roommate, believe it or not. He rented a room in her house. Well, she was 80 years old, and she had a terrible diet. Probably didn't eat a stitch of fruits and vegetables whatsoever. It was tuna fish and white bread and processed grains and cereals. So she was 80 and very old and slow and weak, and she would walk around one block each day. Well, one day I came over, and me and my buddy, I taught him how to juice, and we were making this exact drink. Well, we gave her one 16-ounce glass. She drank that back, and she said, that was pretty good, you know? And then she went out for her daily exercise, which was around one block. Well, about an hour later, she came back, and she came into the house all wild-eyed and crazy, and she just said to us, I just walked around 2 blocks, and I'm not even breathing hard. And that's exactly what she sounded like, because I remember that day so vividly. It was amazing, and it was transformative for me. And it was then that I knew, because I had already been on raw food and juices for a while. But then when I saw that, 20 years she walked around one block from the age of 60 to 80. And in one juice drink, she doubled her energy and cardio output. And that is the power of raw foods. You cannot eat dead food and expect to come alive cellularly. These foods have a vibrational, energetic essence pass through the body easily and leave behind the least amount of metabolic waste. So eat more raw foods today, fresh fruits and vegetables. I'll make this juice and we'll talk just for a couple more minutes. I want to make sure you have a couple other options. So let me wheel this out here real quick. 32 ounces. Okay, now, lemon would be good in this, a little piece of lemon. Also, parsley. After you've done this for a few weeks, throw a handful of parsley in there and start incorporating the greens. The fruits are energizing. The carrots are more grounding and also have a good, more slow release energy. The ginger is a healing herb. Circulation, cardiovascular, anti-nausea, digestion, cellular tonification. I should have put the ginger in first. That's okay. To wash the ginger through, you want to put a carrot or apple in behind. Now my intention with that recipe was to create 32 ounces, which I believe is a serving for the average person. If you only drink 16 ounces, you're going to be hungry in an hour. If you drink 32, you might make it 2-3 hours. You know what I mean? Okay, a lot of people, they drink 16 ounces of juice and they're like, I can't juice, an hour later I'm starving. Well, you got to knock back. I'll drink 2 of these things. You know what I'm saying? I'll drink 2 of these for a meal for myself. 2 jars of juice. Is it expensive? Well, that just depends. Ask me how much I've spent at the doctor in the last 15 years since I started the juicing diet. Okay, I got ran over by a bus and they broke my hand in several places. I had to go to the doctor. They gave me painkillers. They made me sick. Blah, blah, blah. Last time I've ever been to the doctor, I think that was 12 or 13 years ago. I've definitely never been to a doctor since I've been on raw foods for 12 years. 98% raw food diet. You do not die. You do not die from lack of protein. In fact, it's the opposite, my friend. Protein is killing everyone because the protein myth from the allopathic, nutritional, dietitian paradigms is killing everyone. What does your doctor say when you have a disease? Oh, you need more protein. Sugars kill you. You need more protein for cellular building. No, that's ridiculous. Does a cow drink milk to make milk? No, it eats grass and makes milk. How does a horse get protein? Does it eat other horses to get big and strong? No, it eats grass. It takes the amino acids and forms its own protein structures in a very clean and efficient way. So when you're trying to build your body up on dead animals, you better be careful, because in the end, it's going to get you. You might be young, you might have a strong constitution, but the acid buildup from the meat eaters, the starch eaters get hit pretty hard. When you eat a lot of starchy carbs, it really brings you down. The gluten makes you kind of nuts, and the starches really clog up the kidneys and damage the body that way, and it's much more quicker. You get all pasty and white, and it closes off the circulation when you eat too many starchy carbohydrate foods, grains. Okay, some sprouted grains may be okay every once in a while, but still not my favorite type of food, especially the processed grains. But in the long-term effect, it's the meat eaters that always have it real bad, because they go for a while pretty good. The meat's very stimulating. It is much more of a natural food than processed grains, but in the end, that acid buildup really makes the last part of your life hardcore, and you might make it to 30, 40, 50, 60, but the diseases will begin to show up if you do not consume the natural foods that were designed to go into your human organism as it is. The anatomy and structure of your body and your longer colon. You don't want a lot of putrefying waste matter. Putrefying waste matter really affects the nerve endings in your colon, causing stiffness, pain, irritation, and an overall kind of a aggressive unease, if you will, dis-ease, okay? So get this part of your body cleaned up. How do you do that? Right here with this. Start with this. This is how you start a raw food diet. And you drink this every single day. And then, after you're used to this, then you throw in a couple pieces of celery. Then you throw in a handful of parsley. Then you throw in some kale. Then you take out one of the apples. Then you throw in a cucumber. And then you start expanding your repertoire, you know what I'm saying? Then you pull out all the carrots and you do apple and kale, which I lived on for a whole winter once. All the apple trees were full, and I had as many apples as I want. There's 150 different apple trees in the North River Valley, and I had huge kale plants that were just gigantic, and every morning I'd wake up and it would be like a whole new, twice the size. So I just juiced kale and apples and just lived off that. I would drink like a gallon at a shot, okay? And so get on the juicing path. That'll wake up the cells. That'll wake up the taste buds in your body, in your life. And it'll begin the process of your body will begin to, it'll go after a few weeks of doing this, your taste buds will start to wake up. Your body will start to crave this stuff. I know it's hard to break off the addicting foods. It took me a long time. I'm finally pretty free from cravings and stuff. Like, I eat watermelon, I'm good. I'll eat romaine lettuce with sprouts and lemon, and I'll eat a big old pile of it, but I'm very satisfied. I don't need all the zippity, zangity, fatty, salty, spicy, sweety, condimenty, gourmet stuff anymore, because of the way that I feel. The transformation that's taking place within me every day, very subtle, But in where I sit, very powerful. An ease and a grace is coming to me that I had never had before. And it continues to expand and grow the more simple and clean and energetically that I eat. Oh my God. I cannot tell you how good that is. Now I know it's my job to get everyone to say, oh, these, little, this celery tastes great, but no. This is epic. Super. Perfectly perfect perfection. Delicious. Soothing. Soothes my whole body. Goes right in. Energizes every cell in my body instantly. You dig? Fiber's important. Let me spend a couple more minutes with you because I'm trying to shorten these videos, but it's information. This is life-saving. I've had thousands upon thousands of people who've written to me that found the crazy guy on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And just watched it. At first I thought you were kind of weird, dude, but you were interesting. So I kept watching. And then I realized this dude knows what he's talking about. So I got a juicer and I started doing it. And now I've lost 40 pounds and the thyroid cancer's gone. And the diabetes is gone. And the chronic fatigue is gone. And I can walk again. Etc., etc., etc. Now I'm no longer bulimic. I don't puke anymore. I've gained 15 pounds. I'm so happy. I have a relationship now. I'm sober. I got sobered up. I drank juice and I got off the alcohol and the drugs because I didn't need it anymore. I finally felt good. I realized that with the dead food all the time, you're never quite really alive, It's like, oh well. And then you get high and you sort of feel alive. And you use all kinds of stimulants to sort of feel alive. But when you sit quietly by yourself, when you sit there with yourself, you can feel the disease. You can feel the discontent of a body that's not there, of a soul that's not on fire with purpose. Okay? A couple more minutes of your time, please, because this is important. I want you to get this. Number 2. Here's number 1. Do this every day. You're on the road to success. Number 2. Bananas are awesome. Oranges are awesome. Grapes are awesome. Celery with nut butter is awesome. Throw some raisins on there. Raisins are awesome. Lettuce with avocado and orange juice or lemon juice or, even the olive oil and the lemon juice and the sea salt and the vinegars and stuff like that. Whatever it takes. I know how it is when you first go. It's a fruit and vegetable consciousness. It's an education process. It's a return to sanity. And you can do this. And I will be here to make videos until the cows come home and we decide to stop eating them. You know what I mean? I have not eaten meat. Well, I had meat 3 times in the very first 6 months of the raw food thing. And each time it made me sick. Okay? Because your body adjusts, adapts. It doesn't even want anything hardly anymore. I live off wheatgrass every day. I drink wheatgrass coconuts. And then simple fruits. Today I had coconut and wheatgrass juice. Then I went to the farmer's market. And then Sophia had these epic peaches sitting there and nectarines. And I tried one. I was like, oh my God. And it sent me I went on a binger. I went on a binger, man. And I ate like 8 peaches and like 5 nectarines, and I just freaked out, man. Now I feel totally awesome because they're so ripe. Ripe fruits. So make smoothies out of bananas. Yes, the fiber is important, but the juicing is therapeutic. The smoothies are for convenience. The fruits are very convenient. Nature's candy bars for energy. And the salads are awesome. For party time, satiation, kick it with your homies, you know what I mean? And get some sprouts on there, tomatoes. Look at these. Oh, look at these, man. You ain't never seen nothing like this. I'm telling you. Sun Gold. That's a tomato party right there. $28 for that case. I'm going to sit out and eat those. I might even bring those to the party today, as a matter of fact. Sun Gold tomatoes. Awesome. These are purple Cherokees. Throw those on top of some lettuce with some sprouts, cucumber, avocado, lemon juice, a little sea salt if you need it, maybe some hemp seeds, whatever. But here's the mantra. Okay? Whole fruits, vegetable juices, green juices, whatever you want to call it. Okay? Salads and smoothies. Okay, those are like your 4 basic raw food groups. Fiber is important. Yes, I get lots of fiber in my diet, trust me. But this is the therapy that woke me up and saved my life. It brought me out of the pits of hell. So, all hail the juicer, which for some may seem unnatural. But I had to do that to supersaturate my body with nutrients, which I had depleted for years on drugs and alcohol. And I will tell you right now that you can change your life if you want to. They're not going to support you out there. Everyone's going to think you're nuts. They always did. But you know what? I'm growing younger. I'm getting more financially abundant. I'm helping people. I'm serving people. I'm falling in love with God every day. I'm falling in love with myself. I like me now. You know that? I like myself. Myself. Not the clothes I wear, not the hair, not even the fact that I help people. I just like me because I accept myself. And all these things come from a foundation of simple raw foods. Why? Because when I chose raw foods, I chose life. And when you choose life, which is very hard to do, because life is a challenge constantly for a human being. And when you choose life, you choose the challenges and you choose to take them with grace. Let them criticize you. Let them, give you advice. And take it or leave it if you want. But it will mold you and it will shape you. And you will become a better person. And soon, you can take the criticisms and the judgment and you can use it as fuel to grow into a great master of yourself. Choose life. Choose raw foods. Better yet, I would rather just say choose fruits and vegetables. Because there's a lot of stuff that's raw and ain't really particularly all that beneficial for the human organism and its trillions of cells. So start with the body and work your way up into the heart. And work your way up into the mind. But I will tell you this right now, that it is all connected. When this is dirty and filthy and rotting and putrefying and fermenting, this up here is greatly affected by that. The more stuff you mix up down here, the more confusion you're going to feel. Maybe you don't understand that at this time, but if you go down this road, one day you will. And you will have simple mono meals. When your GI tract is clean, you will absorb. Your mind will be clear. Because this has to be clean in order to have clean blood flowing to your brain. So be wary of what you eat. Pay attention. If you want life and color and health and beauty, then you need to eat those foods that produce that. Dead foods are not that epic. You can survive and stimulate. Yes, there are survival foods. I have respect for meat. I have respect for fermented and canned foods, which may have kept us alive. I respect it. But I love raw foods because what it does to myself and so many others around the world when we eat this way. Okay, how to start a raw food diet. You're inspired. Hopefully you got clear. Pick one thing out and do it. Okay? Make this juice every single day, or make some juice and get on the fruits and vegetables. Fruits, juices, salads, and smoothies. Fruits, juices, salads, and smoothies. Fruits, juices, salads, and smoothies. One more time. Fruits, juices, salads, and smoothies. And there is enough recipes online and on my channel, and I have DVDs with tons of recipes that you can educate yourself, get inspired, get a blender, get a juicer, get a food processor. You don't need any of those things. Crack open a banana, slice open some tomatoes, put some sprouts on there and a little sea salt, and there's your lunch. Okay? So make it easy on yourself. Just peel an orange. Whack open a banana and eat until you're full. One type of fruit. Okay? Make some celery and apple juice. Carrot, apple, ginger is all for the beginners. The kids will love this. Throw some spinach in there too. Next, when you want to up your game, throw in some spinach. Up your game a little bit more, throw in some parsley. Boom, boom, boom. You're getting it. You're working it. You're growing. You're learning. You're educating. But the one thing I want to tell you about before I go, and I know I have talked so very long, and I could go on forever because I love it when people get this. But I will just say this. Make a commitment. Some people want this thing and say, how long do I have to do this to lose weight before the wedding? Can I get it done in 3 weeks? No. You're not going to get it done in 3 months, and you're not going to get it done in 3 years, and you're not going to get it done in 3 decades. Because this, my friend, the choice of life is from this day until the day that you leave this place. That's when you'll be done with this. That's when you'll be complete. That's when you'll be finished. On the day that you leave this place, and as your soul leaves your body, and you're looking down at your body, then you can say, okay, I don't need raw foods anymore. You dig? This is a lifetime commitment to health, to wellness, to service, to humility, to the love of the preciousness of life. The love of the preciousness of life. Is life easy? I said no. It's a challenge. I know that. And so do you. But are you going to just cower down and let life beat you up? Or are you going to get back up and dust yourself off and find yourself and be complete within yourself? Are you going to develop a relationship with yourself? Because you're the one that has to look you in the mirror. You're the one that has to live in your body. And who cares what your coworkers say? And who cares what your pastor said? And who cares what your mom says? Or your grandma? Or your best friend? Or your boyfriend? Or your husband or your wife? Who cares what they say? You're the one that has to be stuck inside of a body that just ain't working for you. Okay, now the dang thing is going to fall apart and fall over one day. But why usher it up and hurry it up? No. You need this body to serve your children, the future generations, your church. You need this body to serve your neighborhood. You need this body to do the work that's going to be required if we're going to save ourselves on this rock spinning through space. Humans need to wake up. And I will tell you right now, the raw foods is huge for waking up. Huge wake up. And when you wake up, it's still not going to be easy. Because you're just going to keep waking up to more and more of your own BS. And you know it's true. And you're going to have to keep on, oh God, now another layer. Now another layer. But you know what? There ain't nothing else in the world that's going to satisfy you except digging away the layers, peeling away the onion, and getting in there and getting to the core of yourself, the kingdom of heaven within you. The peace, the self, Satchitananda. What's your religion? What do you want to call it? Doesn't make any damn difference what it is. It's the light of life, so choose it. You dig? That takes me back, baby. God bless you.